lot of shocking results last night during the primary. Many incumbent mayors did not get the Democratic nomination to move on to the general election.
People in the street, I think, have a renewed sense of hope that we are going to have change.
Bill Finch lost the Democratic primary and has been trying to find a way to get on the November ballot ever since.
It rocked not just Bridgeport, but certainly the whole state's still kind of trying to figure it out.
Former Mayor Joe Ganim made a comeback by winning the nomination.
I'm looking forward to leading again, but with everyone. It's in the beginning for the people of the city of Bridgeport.
With the Democratic primary in the rearview mirror and the final tally of votes in, Joe Ganim once again hit the streets to maintain his quest to become the next mayor of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Mayor Bill Finch was not hitting the campaign trail, but the legal system.
The Job Creation Party endorsed Finch for mayor last night. This comes after claims he missed endorsement deadlines and can't be on the ballot anyway.
There was a deadline for that. The deadline was September 2nd.
Finch's team today issued a statement saying they're going to court. Quote, "We're confident that the Job Creation Party line will appear on the November ballot."
Secretary of State Denise Merrill announced on September 25th that Finch's claim to be the mayoral candidate was not valid, and further, no legal argument existed to grant Finch this exception for failing to file the paperwork by the deadline.
Mayor Bill Finch is trying to come up with some way, anyway, to get his name on the ballot in November.
In another last-ditch effort, Finch and Adam Wood took a backroom meeting with Republican mayoral candidate Enrique Torres.
Enrique Torres, the Republican candidate, says he received a call from Mayor Finch yesterday.
As a courtesy, because he's the mayor of the town, I certainly did listen.
The plan was Torres would step down and Finch would run as a Republican.
Torres calls Finch's administration angry and out of touch with the state's largest city.
He has angered me so much with that sort of behavior. No, I will not. I will not.
One begs the question, what would party heavyweights like Governor Malloy and U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal think of that move, seeing they stumped for Finch as a Democratic brother-in-arms?
Facing the reality that he does not have a spot on the ballot in November, Mayor Bill Finch is forming a coalition with one of the opponents in the primary to stop Joe Ganim.
I want to announce that I'm stepping out of the race for mayor. And that's why I'm asking people across this city to join with me in supporting Mary Jane Foster.
As the business of politics took on the theater of the absurd, in other parts of Bridgeport, the 11th murder of the year was being investigated. On Sunday, September 27th, just before 9 a.m., Duhaney Watson, the father of two teenage boys, was gunned down execution-style in an apartment building on Charles Street. The Connecticut Post ran a color photograph of the blood-stained hallway where Watson was shot, and local clergymen and Ganim held a prayer vigil. City Wars cameras have been following the race for mayor for 6 months. In that time, we have witnessed the inner workings of city politics. There are a few things that are glaringly painful about watching this process. The beat reporter does not write the truth because of corporate interests. The candidates are forced to play a shell game of press releases, dirty jabs. The bit players, opportunists, and political operatives play a game of chess with the process. The campaign trails are filled with fake politicians who shake hands and make empty promises. Meanwhile, our schools are underfunded, and cities are bankrupted by systemic corruption. The questions remain: where do we go from here? How is change enacted? How do we refocus resources and money to fund a thriving education system? We must examine what has failed in the past and create innovative policies to address the educational needs of American children. This charge should not be to enhance self-serving candidates' careers. Rather, this noble quest should be for the greater good. Many American cities are thriving, but many inner cities are dying under the crush of gun violence and lost neighborhoods. Until these issues are addressed and remediated, the American dream for our youth is not viable.